Well, hello, everybody. Hello, Francisco. How you doing? Thanks for coming to the studio today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. What's new? What's going on? Last I heard was opportunity bubble burst, and people are writing over asking right now.
Yeah, it is unfortunate too, because I was helping a lot of investors as well, and they kind of like pressed on the brakes, almost like at the wrong time. Because now, those opportunities really aren't there anymore. Even with like super beat up houses, I showed one. It was really bad. Listed at 440. The current offer right now is 520.
What?
Yeah.
How bad is the house? Was it under asking? I mean, was it undervalued price? Like they priced it low to get multiple offers, or was it priced right?
So I would say they definitely priced it very aggressively. But still, I mean, it was in a very desirable neighborhood. The house was bad. AC needs to be replaced, like all that stuff. And my client was putting 20% down. The house was listed at like 440, I believe. He offered 495, 20% down, removed inspection contingency, and quick close everything, and then out of nowhere there's this other offer that had came in. It was the one that we had beat, was at 490, and they had to release just their inspection contingency, which kind of made my client have to release his.
Right.
Fast forward, we're waiting, and I'm like, okay, the seller was like, we're just gonna wait, right? Like right now, sellers know, they know. I mean, I tried speaking, with the listing agent and stuff, and like trying to see if there was any way, like, hey, my client's offering this much over what you're at. Is there any way that we could close it, get things rolling, this week? And they're like, no, the seller wants to wait till Monday. Sure enough, yesterday they get that offer at 520. So
is that cash or is it same 20% down?
Just only 5% down.
Oh, really?
Right. So, but now they release their inspection and appraisal. I don't think it's going to appraise.
That just means they have to pay for it no matter what and get more money.
I'm
or put 3% down instead of 5.
If I'm guessing correctly, they're probably going to have to put 20,000. I think it will only appraise for 500.
So what I would do is get in backup offer position.
Right. Exactly. That's what I told my client. I mean, granted, it's a lot that it seems like they're going to be risking. And she told me, they had like sent in their proof of funds, everything. I mean, these people, it's just kind of displaying, even, even in a market where things are slower and everything, and that house is completely beat up.
It's not slow anymore, dude. It changed into last 2 weeks. Everything changed.
Right. That's where, I mean, and as we see like all the pickup, right. And it's, those opportunities really are going away. I mean, even just normal homes, like even homes that are priced correctly, right? I would say priced accordingly to where they would appraise, are getting offers over again. We're starting to see a lot more people out there. It's just a lot more competition.
Well, because rates went down some. We had the bank bail, out, and all the other stuff with the banks. And my voice was so much better earlier, but I don't know what happened to it. It doesn't want to work anymore. But yeah, it's. I mean, they're writing offers that are just anything under 400,000 is just getting so many offers up to up to the FHA 517 or whatever that number is, the purchase price. It's just, we knew it was coming. It just came sooner than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. And that's the real kicker, because, and I mean, I've been calling people who are like, have been holding on to their cash, and they're like, oh, we're just waiting, Right. Like I had people that I was talking to in December, January, like, hey, if you have cash, buy now. This is probably going to be the best time for you.
The bottom.
Right.
I know it's going to crash. Everything's crashing.
And that's where, they were like, well, we think that the price is still a little too high. They're already lowballing offers back in January, December, and I'm calling all of my clients and I'm like, hey, if you want a deal, start looking now, because it's just, they're not going to be there anymore. And sellers aren't even caring either if it's a cash offer. They will take whatever is the highest. Yeah. They do not care. Like I know, cash has always been king and everything, but it doesn't matter, especially when you have situations like this one going on where, yeah, they're only putting 5% down, but they're releasing their appraisal contingency. So how that can't be a loss to the seller. If they back out, they get a free $5,000. like,
Right. Yeah.
like it's just, oh, well, we'll have to wait another month, big deal.
You just got paid.
Yeah. So we're seeing things go back into the favor of sellers.
Right. And in this market, that means as a buyer, I don't want to say get discouraged and don't buy. You need to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row ready to go and stop messing around.
Right. And that's the thing too, is, I mean, no matter what, at the end of the day, it's like we've always said, you shouldn't be letting these things dictate your purchase either way. You need to understand it and see it for yourself and see the numbers and say, okay, can I afford it? And is this something that I can consistently do, every month? If it's something you can do it. I just spoke with someone too. I was on my way over here, and they were talking about, they want to buy in Tracy, but they're like, oh, I have some friends telling me this, some friends telling me that. And I was like, look, it doesn't matter what your friends are telling you. It matters what's going on with your situation. You need to figure that out yourself. You can't do the hearsay, he say, she say. That is not going to get you anywhere. It's just going to create more complacency. And that's what's killing everybody, is they're waiting. And she told me, she's like, well, if I can't find something that I like, and she is being a little picky and everything too, but she's like, if I can't find everything that I want in the house, then I'll just wait a year. And I want to be supportive of it and be like, yeah, you know what? I mean, whichever way, yes, but the hard truth is that in a year from now, prices will actually be more expensive.
I think they're thinking rates will be lower, so it's offset. It's each other. I don't know if they're going to be that much lower in a year from now, but they will continue to go down. But it just depends on what's the next shoe to drop going forward, right? We had the bank bailout issues, not bailout issues, but the banks failing, a couple of them, and then they were propped up. Well, what's next? How many more people are going to do layoffs? How many people are doing this? Are we actually in a recession? And how bad's that recession, kind of thing?
Yeah. And I mean, builders are building again, and they're selling out too.
Yeah, it's gonna, like, that whole thing is eventually they will not be working with any real estate agent again. So
yeah, it's been, I know it's been getting crazy. I know, like, some of the big ones, they just, I mean, I was helping a client out on one, and they asked me to not intervene anymore. They were like, we'll give you the commission, but just
leave us alone.
Yeah, which was crazy, because I'm like, just trying to help.
I know, but they don't want you to. Just sign the book, stay out of it. That's how that works.
Yeah. So it's kind of, it is a weird shift. I mean, I was reading this article too in Manteca. They're going to be, where is it, like Austin Road right there, where they bought all that land? They're going to put, I think, like 800 homes there.
Good. About time we need to build some homes.
Right. So, we're just seeing everything lead toward, I mean, everything that's happening isn't supporting a big enough drop that everybody's anticipating.
What do you mean drop of what?
Like prices again.
Prices aren't going to drop.
Exactly. Like people,
they're already going up. How can they drop? They did drop for a second when people were able to manipulate the market and get it under a few thousand under what the asking was, right? To get into there and get some money for closing costs. That's the only thing that dropped. They're able to do that. That's a considered drop. Now it's going the other way, and you can forget about asking.
Right. No, and it's I mean, now it's like, if you need credits, you have to pay more for the house and offset it in those terms.
And hopefully the appraisal comes in.
Exactly.
And so, what I tell a lot of people is get the house for the price you want, and then go back and raise it once you're there to add the closing costs in there. You follow what I mean?
Yeah.
Get it to the seller. I know it's hard to do, but
it is, because again, I mean, then you start entering like, okay, if you're going to offer me that much, then release a contingency. So and again, we don't want to discourage you guys. It's just don't expect so much. Almost, I want to say, like, just I feel like it's always kind of like a change of balance, right? Where one side is like, I want the most, and then one side is like, well, I want to get it for the least possible.
Yeah, I always say that.
But there needs to be, I mean, and at the end of the day, what people don't understand is that over time, you will never lose. Buying real estate, you will never lose. It's just that people always want the best deal right away, like right up front.
It's funny because everybody comes to me and they go, I want the lowest rate and the lowest cost. They never say I want the highest rate and the highest cost. I don't understand it myself. But it's like, everybody's like, I just want to let you know. I go, really? Because no one's ever come to me and said it this way. Right. Yeah. It's like, everybody wants that, but that's not what the issue. The issue is, what are the rates? What can you do to get into the house that you want? And that's what we need to focus on. And that's where we're at now. We're back to where prices are going up and rates are coming down a little bit. They're not full, way anywhere close to where we just need more houses on the market. And for that to happen, we need more people to sell their homes and move somewhere else.
Right.
Because they're not going to have enough new homes to make up for this. So, all right, Francisco, thanks for coming in today. We really appreciate it. And thank you for watching. Say your goodbyes. Take your bow.
Thank you for having us. Or me over here. No, but thank you everybody, for taking the time to listen. And, once again, we're just trying to help you guys get motivated to get out there and still try to get a deal as we can.
Yeah. Well, just focus on getting the house. Don't focus so much on getting I got it way under. You're not going to get under market. The fact is going to be, is this the house you want? Is this going to work for you? And going forward is going to make sense. So,
right.
All right, everybody, have a great day.